Namaskar. Hello everyone. It is a very rare sight nowadays to see a person engrossed reading a book. But yes, we have to revive those times. We have to imbibe in our children the joy of reading. They should understand that what a pleasure it is to open a book and to get lost in the words and the pages. So now how do we establish this habit of reading in our children? It will begin in school. In school, generally, you have an English textbook. And in the textbook, you have about 12 to 15 chapters, which the teacher has to complete during the whole year. She opens a chapter, reads the chapter, explains the chapter to the class. The meanings are already given at the end of the chapter. Does the 5 questions or 6 questions at the end of the chapter, and the exercises, the grammatical exercises available, and moves on to the next chapter, moves on to the third chapter, moves on to the fourth chapter. Does this create a sense of curiosity in the child as to read more? If suppose a child has read one small part of a novel in his text, does it urge the child to read the novel itself because he had read a small part of it and it was very interesting and he wants to read the novel? Or is the story so interesting that he wants to see the movie also? This wants to read the novel will come only when the teacher triggered that curiosity in the child. The teacher has triggered that interest in the child. And how will this interest be triggered? This interest will be triggered in the way she goes about the teaching in her class. Is it just reading and done? No. The child's interest has to be ignited. And how will that be done? The teacher has to follow simple steps so that when she does it with one chapter, the child will now get used to it and maybe do with the rest of the chapters himself or herself. So what are the simple steps that teacher has to follow to ignite in him the passion for reading? Number 1, the teacher will first of all explain the backdrop of the story, where the story is taking place, in which era it is taking place, in which timeline it is taking place, what is the history of the story. The teacher will tell about the author of the story, where the author was born, under what circumstances he wrote the story. What was the political turmoil at that particular time? Was it peacetime? Was it wartime? Was it in the Middle East? Was it an European country? Was it a village? Was it a city? So this again interests an interest in the child, that who was the author? Where was he? And why was he compelled to write this? So once the backdrop is ready, now the child is about to move into the realm of that whole world of creations by those words. After you have explained the story, the junior classes, you can tell them to create a collage. You can tell them to write a review. For the senior classes, you can tell them to do a character analysis. These are the common things that